Upres, I'm here with another To Infinity and Beyond Infinite Combo deck. Today we're going to look at a card that I've liked for a long time. It takes a long time to do Infinite Combo, but it's not actually that hard to set up. The card is Mausoleum Secrets. This rare from Ravnica block costs 7 for a spell with Undergrowth 12. Undergrowth is the ability keys off of the number of non-token creature cards in your graveyard up to the Undergrowth value. So for 7 mana, pick one of the next 3 different black cards in your library and fetch it. It gains X mana, then exile this spell. Well, if we have 7 or more creatures in our graveyard, and we have 7 or less black spells in our deck. We have 7 here, Treasury, Thrall, Mausoleum Secrets, and I just... you can throw in another black spell if you want. It might actually be good to throw in like Notion Rain or something in here, but those are the 2 that I need for this combo in this deck. You can choose to fetch another copy of Mausoleum Secrets, which will be fully charged, cast again, and then basically have infinite spell casts. And this will exile itself, but then you'll just be able to cast infinite spells. Well, why might we want to cast infinite spells? Well, things that can trigger off of, deal damage whenever you cast a spell. You could just burn your opponent out that way. Treasury Thrall is a really cool card to do that with, this masterpiece. It costs 21 for a 6/6 lifelink Thrall, but whenever you cast a black or white non-creature spell, which Mausoleum Secrets is, create 2 Orzhov Spirit tokens. Then your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And then whenever this creature attacks, you can return your first enchantment from your graveyard to your hand with half mana. Won't matter too much here, but it can definitely happen. So if you've got 7 or more creatures in graveyard, Mausoleum Secrets with Treasury Thrall can create infinite flying 1/1 black and white tokens and infinitely drain your opponent's life out for each time you cast it. You'll make 2 tokens and drain them for 2. Nullhide Ferox does a pretty cool interaction with Mausoleum Secrets in that Mausoleum Secrets self-exiles itself. So Nullhide Ferox can just make everything cheaper in your hand to cast off of that. So it's just a fun little interaction. I've included it in this deck because I wanted to. Again, this is just kind of a prototype shell of how this thing would work. We have to get creatures into our graveyard. So like green black reanimator, I'm using Relentless Pursuit and Gathered a Pack to throw 3 creatures into the graveyard each time you cast it. Again, reminder, Relentless Pursuit, though it says pick 2 of the first 4 cards, creature or land cards, you can choose to only pick 1 and it will throw the other 3 in your graveyard. We have no lands, so this will guarantee 3 creatures into the graveyard. We also have Killer Instinct in the deck to get some of the creatures out, and then also just get some more stuff into our graveyard. And we can go off the turn that we have a Treasury Thrall in play. So what else is in the deck? I just filled it out with a couple more cards. We have Binding of the Titans for 10. This uncommon saga is pretty cool. It destroys the top 4 cards of each player's library, so theoretically it could hit a creature, gain you some life as it exiles your opponent's library, and then it can return the first creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That way we do need to actually find our creatures to get this combo to go off too. So between this, Killer Instinct, and Gather and Relentless, we should be in okay shape. I have Nylea again as another way to find creatures. Incubation as a way to find creatures, and also just I wanted a little bit of removal. This could be soft, and it might be possible a removal spell, like the black Finale, or maybe Price of Fame or something like that, that could help us find the combo pieces, or something could go in well, but just ran it there. And then finally just a Nissa's Revelation, just to draw a little extra cards. But again, basically what we're going to try to do is just find the combo pieces of getting 7 or more creatures in our graveyard, have Treasury Thrall out, then we get to cast infinite Mausoleum Secrets. So let's go ahead and give this a run into Training Grounds, and we're playing against Steve. Awesome. He's playing a Domri Roddy deck. Hopefully this is a cool Hex Drinker deck. Maybe we were talking in the From the Ashes Slack about best ways to use Hex Drinker, and Domri Roddy, with his ability to search up Hex Drinkers and then be able to reinforce them, was kind of fun. So hopefully that's the deck Steve's playing, so you get to see a cool other deck in action too. But yeah. Mausoleum Secrets, there's a lot of ways you can go with it, but pretty much you just need to find ways to get creatures into your graveyard, and then you need to have something that gains you an advantage every time that you cast a spell, and then you just have to build your deck so you have 7 or less black creatures in the deck. Alright, great. Gather the Pack could get us started there. But I think I might actually want to get a Killer Instinct down first. So let's see. We can get green into Loyalty, which is pretty nice. We can get black. I think I'm just going to do the green into Loyalty here. Great. Got a white off of it too. Awesome. Alright, don't need the other Killer Instinct, so the plan is Killer Instinct and then a turn. Oh, I should not have exiled that card from hand because I want extra cards to exile with Ferox. I'm just so used to wanting to just clear my hand out if I think it, but I want extra cards in for Ferox than to just cast Gather and Revelation for free. That was a little bit of a punt by me, just playing fast and loose. To give an example here, we'll get some red and some black mana. Nope, that's not what that deck is, I don't think, but that's okay. So let's see. Gotta gather the pack, which is decent, and then we also have a Relentless Pursuit, so that's gonna get almost all the creatures we need in the graveyard, and then all we have to do then is find our Mausoleum Secrets. Let's see, we'll just take this black mana here. Great, and there's Mausoleum Secrets. We need to get a Nullhide Ferox into play, which we can also just wait till next turn to do theoretically. We don't even need the Ferox into play. Really all that we need is the Treasury Thrall with enough creatures. So, let's see. We can get a green match. Several different ways, so we'll just go ahead and do that for now. Grab another Treasury Thrall. Opponent has a match 5. Let's see if they can find it. Good job, Greg. Alright, so we have 9 or more creatures in our graveyard, so we're pretty well set up on that sort of end. So I think what I want to just do now for the heck of it is just cast this Nissa's Revelation, and we can also cast the Titan as well. Keep the Mausoleum Secrets in hand, but yeah, we're just gonna have a little fun. So with that interaction, we just got to cast some stuff for free. So now all we need to do is just have our Killer Instinct find us a Treasury Thrall. Yay, which we have. So awesome. So let's go ahead and see how this works. So I'm going to cast Mausoleum Secrets. I have 10 or more creatures in my graveyard, and then we'll see how this loop works. So go ahead and take this here for enough mana. Have a Mausoleum Secrets. Going to cast it. Choose to find another Mausoleum Secrets. We'll make 2 spirit tokens, drain our opponent for 2. And we just keep this loop up. Going and going and going. Until we drain our opponents out. Also, what you can do is combine some other, when a creature enters the battlefield, deal damage triggers, or when you cast a spell, deal damage triggers, and Killer Instinct giving our creatures haste as well. You could stop doing this loop halfway through what you're doing to just attack with your flying spirit stacks, which is what we're going to do. So we'll just keep doing this for probably about, let's see how many more iterations we need to do. Probably about 15, 17 more iterations here, and then we should be able to just swing for the win. But yeah, I enjoy this, and when there's newer players who get excited about how do I set up loops, how do I do infinite loops, there's a lot of them require a lot of the rarer, more difficult to acquire cards, but you can still find some cards like this Mausoleum Secrets to set up infinite loops if you want to. Again, this is not a self-animated loop, so you have to do a lot of clicks for doing it, so it's not the fastest thing, but I still think it's pretty cool. We set up a board state where we can get as many tokens as we want, and we can drain our opponent out as much as we want to. Yeah, this deck of Steve's looks pretty cool too. We've got our, he's got his Borborygmos, which I love that name. It's the sound of the gurgle in your stomach when you're hungry. That is such a fantastic name for a Gruul clan leader. And then he's got Rakdos as well. This is like a guild leader tribal deck. Looks like good theme deck. I know Steve is very much a Vorthos like that. He loves flavor in the game. No, but yeah, it's cool. So we're getting pretty close to being able to kill our opponent out. We just need to do this maybe about another 5-10 more times. Basically, we want our opponent's life total to be lower than the sum of our creatures, because we get to attack with both of them here. So it looks like 3 more casts, I think, to get that there. And yeah, again, we could just go infinitely to drain our opponent out this way, but we're going to save a little bit of time here now that our opponent is at 53 life, and we can attack for 56. We're just going to choose not now, and then we get to swing with all our creatures. So another example of an infinite combo deck you can go to infinity and beyond with, using Mausoleum Secrets and anything that cares about casting spells. So hope you all enjoyed this video, and we'll have more coming along the way.